what you want to be. Achieving your dreams has never been easier, faster, and smarter. Select any of our Million Homes investment plans and earn amazing returns.
Million Homes Flex. Invest a minimum of 10,000 Naira monthly for a duration of 1 to 5 years and earn up to 20% compounded return on investment.
Million Homes Hedge. Invest a minimum of 100,000 Naira for 1 and 2 years and earn 21% and 47% returns on investment respectively.
Million Homes Premium. Invest a minimum of 10 million Naira for 3 years and earn 75% returns on investment in cash.
Million Homes Premium Plus. Here, you invest a minimum of 50 million Naira and earn 60% returns in cash and 40% in assets, that is, apartment. Wow!
Growing your cash has never been so simple.
To subscribe, log on to millionhomesafrica.com, create an account, choose your preferred investment option, select your number of slots and make payment. Please do well to follow us via Facebook, Twitter or Instagram at Million Homes AFR. Our phone line remains 090-6000-5737 or 090-6000-5747. Our email millionhomes@lifepategroup.com. Million Homes. Live here
or make it fund your living.
Do you know you can earn up to 6 figures by leveraging your networks? And you don't have to quit your job to make it this big. We have set up a system to make lives richer irrespective of who you are and what your current status is. All you need to do is get on board and start earning right away. As a partner, you are ushered into a world of new possibilities. By becoming a LifePage partner, you can earn up to 25% on commissions alone when you sell any of our products. You also get amazing prices when you make the highest sales in a month. It's that simple. To register, visit tribe.lifepagegroup.com. You can also reach us on 090-6000-5737 or 090-6000-5747. Be what you want to be. Achieving your dreams has never been easier, faster, and smarter. Select any of our Million Homes investment plans and earn amazing returns.
Million Homes Flex. Invest a minimum of 10,000 Naira monthly for a duration of 1 to 5 years and earn up to 20% compounded return on investment.
Million Homes Hedge. Invest a minimum of 100,000 Naira for 1 and 2 years and earn 21% and 47% returns on investment respectively.
Million Homes Premium. Invest a minimum of 10 million naira for 3 years and earn 75% returns on investment in cash.
Million Homes Premium Plus. Here, you invest a minimum of 50 million naira and earn 60% returns in cash and 40% in assets. That is, apartment. Wow!
Growing your cash has never been so simple.
To subscribe, log on to millionhomesafrica.com. Create an account, choose your preferred investment option, select your number of slots and make payment. Please do well to follow us via Facebook, Twitter or Instagram at Million Homes AFR. Our phone line remains 090-6000-5737 or 090-6000-5747. Our email millionhomes@lifepagegroup.com. Million Homes. Live here.
Or make it fund your living.
Do you know you can earn up to six figures by leveraging your networks? And you don't have to quit your job to make it this big. We have set up a system to make lives richer irrespective of who you are and what your current status is. All you need to do is get on board and start earning right away. As a partner, you are ushered into a world of new possibilities. By becoming a LifePage partner, you can earn up to 25% on commissions alone when you sell any of our products. You also get amazing prices when you make the highest sales in a month. It's that simple. To register, visit tribe.lifepagegroup.com. You can also reach us on 090-6000-5737 or 090-6000-5747.
Be what you want to be. Achieving your dreams has never been easier, faster, and smarter. Select any of our Million Homes investment plans and earn amazing returns.
Million Homes Flex. Invest a minimum of 10,000 Naira monthly for a duration of 1 to 5 years and earn up to 20% compounded return on investment.
Million Homes Hedge. Invest a minimum of 100,000 Naira for 1 and 2 years and earn 21% and 47% returns on investment respectively.
Million Homes Premium. Invest a minimum of 10 million Naira for 3 years and earn 75% returns on investment in cash.
Million Homes Premium Plus. Here, you invest a minimum of 50 million Naira and earn 60% returns in cash and 40% in assets, that is, apartment. Wow!
Growing your cash has never been so simple.
To subscribe, log on to millionhomesafrica.com, create an account, choose your preferred investment option, select your number of slots and make payment. Please do well to follow us via Facebook, Twitter or Instagram at Million Homes AFR. Our phone line remains 090-6000-5737 or 090-6000-5747. Our email millionhomes@lifepagegroup.com. Million Homes. Live here.
Or make it fund your living.
Do you know you can earn up to six figures by leveraging your networks? And you don't have to quit your job to make it this big. We have set up a system to make lives richer irrespective of who you are and what your current status is. All you need to do is get on board and start earning right away. As a partner, you are ushered into a world of new possibilities. By becoming a LifePage partner, you can earn up to 25% on commissions alone when you sell any of our products. You also get amazing prices when you make the highest sales in a month. It's that simple. To register, visit tribe.lifepagegroup.com. You can also reach us on 090-6000-5737 or 090-6000-5747. Do you know you can earn up to six figures by leveraging your networks? And you don't have to quit your job to make it this big. We have set up a system to make lives richer irrespective of who you are and what your current status is. All you need to do is get on board and start earning right away. As a partner, you are ushered into a world of new possibilities. By becoming a LifePage partner, you can earn up to 25% on commissions alone when you sell any of our products. You also get amazing prices when you make the highest sales in a month. It's that simple. To register, visit tribe.lifepagegroup.com. You can also reach us on 09060005737 or 09060005747.
Be what you want to be. Achieving your dreams has never been easier, faster, and smarter. Select any of our Million Homes investment plans and earn amazing returns.
Million Homes Flex. Invest a minimum of 10,000 Naira monthly for a duration of 1 to 5 years and earn up to 20% compounded return on investment.
Million Homes Hedge. Invest a minimum of 100,000 Naira for 1 and 2 years and earn 21% and 47% returns on investment respectively.
Million Homes Premium. Invest a minimum of 10 million Naira for 3 years and earn 75% returns on investment in cash.
Million Homes Premium Plus. Here, you invest a minimum of 50 million Naira and earn 60% returns in cash and 40% in assets, that is, apartment. Wow!
Growing your cash has never been so simple.
To subscribe, log on to millionhomesafrica.com, create an account, choose your preferred investment option, select your number of slots and make payment. Please do well to follow us via Facebook, Twitter or Instagram at Million Homes AFR. Our phone line remains 09060005737 or 09060005747. Our email millionhomes@lifepagegroup.com. Million Homes. Live here.
Or make it fund your living.
Hello everyone. I'd like to specially welcome you to the Million Dollar Conversation 2020. It's a special privilege, especially inviting you for this program, and it's just an awesome opportunity to be the moderator of this special event. If you're just joining us, I would like you to go to the chat box and tell us where you're joining from. If you're just any location you're joining us from, it's a special pleasure joining us for this event. And I'd like to let you know that this event is specially prepared for you by LifePage Global and powered by Million Homes. Yes, please, I'm expecting your responses. It's going to be an amazing time. And I'd like to let you know that this is the last edition of the Million Dollar Session. It has held for like about 3 episodes now. I invited the likes of Mr. Oluwawoni and Charlie Cash. Unfortunately, it wasn't available last week, of which, due to certain circumstances, it wasn't available. And trust me, today is going to be amazing, awesome. I would love to tell your friends, invite your friends that are not here currently, your family members, your loved ones that are not here currently. We would love to tell them right now that, send them the link to this event and tell them that something is about to go down at LifePage Global on Facebook and YouTube. It is going to be an amazing time. I also want to use this opportunity to thank the convener of this event, the Million Dollar Conversation, the person of Mr. Oluwawoni Clement, the CEO of LifePage. It's a rare privilege to be the moderator of this event. I don't take it for granted at all. And if you are yet to invite your colleagues, I'll tell you to invite them right now. Yeah, because this conversation, irrespective of everything that has happened, people have thought that this year was irrespective of everything that happened this year. This was this event was specially prepared just to position you, your mindset, position you for what is to come. Because people made all sorts of assumptions and everything. But we're still grateful that everything went out this year, irrespective of everything that happened. Um, but you do not want to make those same assumptions. You want to make um, you don't make the same mistakes that happened this year because trust me, you are better planning for the next year. You are better. You are better planning for the next year. And this is kind of conversation that you need to start join that you need to join because you can't just go into the next year without planning, without engaging in the right conversation because that's what will tell you that come look, this is what made the difference for me. That's what will make the difference for you, honestly. So trust me, invite your friends now, invite your colleagues that are not here currently. And our guest today is is an amazing person. Is a family life strategist, a credit manager. He has he's someone that you don't you want to meet. You want to meet him, yeah. You want to meet him. So the million dollar conversation is an extended version of the Mega Housing Summit 2020. It was put to stop to the unrest happened a couple of weeks ago, and we have to put it to stop and then brand it to the million dollar conversation. Yes, okay. We have Mr. Chris Owe joining us right now. It's a pleasure to have you, sir.
It's my pleasure being here with you. Thanks
Hello,
so
sir. Can
much
you hear me?
for. Yes, I can hear you live and direct. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you clearly, sir.
Okay, so I'm privileged and it's a pleasure being here with you guys as well.
It's an honor, sir. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so we'll just be having a conversation essentially to help our viewers understand the place of family because the family is the foundation of the society, I believe. Yes,
Yeah.
and that is what Mr. Poe is going to be speaking to us about, how to turn your house into a home. And this is to help us know that without getting it right in family, you are not you can't say that you are successful. You can't at all. So, Mr. Praise, we'll get right into the conversation now, and I would like to ask that to start with, what is the importance of turning the house into a home?
Okay, thank you very much. Anybody can buy a house. Not everyone can build a home. That's the most important question. I mean, most important statement I'm going to make today. Everybody can buy a house, can build a house. Not everyone can build a home because all you need to buy a house is cash. You just need some amount of money. If you have, let's say, 10 million, 20 million, you can buy a house. But you can have $1 billion and not still be able to create a home. Unknown to many people, the house is simply a real estate, right? It's a thing. A home comprised of beings. And that's why you can have the biggest estate. Once you don't have a home, your lack of home or your lack of technical skills of running a home can mess you up. Many of us were privy to the divorce between the founder of Amazon, Jeff Bezos, and how much that divorce set him back. I mean, 5 billion US dollars in the settlement, which automatically made his wife the 22nd richest person in the world, right? And so consistently, people have lost a fortune by their inability to handle a home. So consistently, you realize that by the time a marriage gets into the state of divorce, one of the things that takes a major hit is the house that they have built. So a lot of Nigerians, and not just Nigerians across the world, humanity has always talked about, oh, I want this investment, I want that investment, But from where I come from, they say that a child that is not well brought up is the one that will eventually sell off everything you have built. That if you don't make a house into a home, your lack of having the proper structure for a home may eventually cost you your house, because by the time the two of you decide to go your separate ways, then that house will be under consideration. So what I say to people is this: if you look at our world today, we say that the most important nation on earth is your family, because your family is the production factory of the society. Nigeria and the rest of the world is not in lack of beautiful structures. We have amazing structures, but the question is, what is the structure, the human structure that comprise that makes up that lives in that amazing structure? So, for example, you can have a good house if you give it to someone who does not have value for human life, who does not have value, who does not appreciate value. Eventually, it's going to mess up your house, simply because either it has not been properly brought up, because we are all products of the family system. There's a system that produced you. And one of the things the system that produced you will do to you is that it will install a program that will either empower you or disempower you. So many people are products of families. They have bad attitude because of the families that raised them. Now, many people have some funny behavior because of the system that produced them. So you can buy a mansion. If you don't understand that it requires a different level of skills, if you are not humble enough to embrace the most important principle it takes to run that home, then you will eventually lose your house. At the end of the day, that house can become very empty. So you see a lot of properties that used to be revered many years ago in Nigeria. I mean, if you go through Ikorodu, we used to have the Bobby Benson property there. I mean, a good real estate, but what has happened? You can't even find it anymore. It's been converted into something else, right? Simply because there was no structure for that home. The key to perpetuating, the key to sustaining every real estate that you have built is what you do in creating a home. A home that is properly built on a system will become transgenerational wealth, because you will have your children's children who have been properly raised in the values and the ideology of your family. And once that is in place, you can be sure that you can multiply wealth, and then you can sustain wealth, because it's not just enough to make wealth. The most important thing is retaining wealth and multiplying wealth. Now, a lot of people cannot do that because they do not have the right training, they do not have the right values, and only the home can give you this. So everybody that is listening to me, except you're not going to get married, even if you don't get married, you need to understand that whether you like it or not, the home that produced you have a major influence on you, or you will be victim of other people that were brought up from different homes. So take, for instance, by the time the hoodlums took over, right, a lot of people lost properties, a lot of people lost income, a lot of people lost businesses, simply because you have a group of people whose home they came out from did not properly take responsibilities for them. They became a threat to all of us. So it's very important for us to begin to prioritize, building a proper home, not just getting a house. Anybody can rent a house, anybody can buy a property, but when it comes to building a home or turning your house into a home, is another ballgame entirely. And there are different levels of systems, intelligence, different levels of principles that you need to embrace that can help you achieve that. I'm sure in the course of the discussion, we're going to be talking about that. But trust me, buy a house, buy an estate, right? If you can't convert it into a home, your inability to do that may eventually cost you whatever you claim you have built. Thank you.
Yes, sir. That was wonderful. That was wonderful. I just feel that enough people don't place enough emphasis on the aspect of family family life. We just believe that let me just buy this real estate, let me just get it right in this. But I believe that it's just as important as getting that real estate, getting that thing that you love to get. So now you mentioned something about systems, and what are the systems that we can put in place to turn our house into a home? What are the right systems to put in place?
Fantastic. Now, the first system you need to understand and you need to build, it's your governance system. Now, every home must have a governance system because it's like a country without governance. The role of governance is to maintain rule and law and order. If your family does not have a governance system, then what is likely going to happen is there will be chaos within the family. We have seen situations where a child father's, papers to the property, and that property was sold off while the parents were still there. We've seen that consistently. Now, that is a child who has not been properly raised. Now, the first thing people need to understand is that there is nothing called bad marriage. You only have two people who are sabotaging themselves, or one person who is sabotaging the relationship. Now, but both of them are products of a family. So when two people come together, the first thing you want to check is what values are they bringing to the marriage, right? They are products of different families. We say the marriage is the coming together of a man and a woman to create a new nation that will promote the best interest of all and whose culture will give our world rest. So when two people come together, you want to check their beliefs and culture compatibility, because without culture compatibility, they will not form a union. And once they don't form a union, there will be hidden agenda that can sabotage the relationship. I mean, we've had situations where a woman bought a house and rented the house to her husband. And for 10 years, the husband didn't know that the wife was the one that owned the house. He kept paying rent to the agent. The agent was paying the rent back to Madame, and Madame never told her husband. I mean, that literally wrecked that family, right? So you want to check your culture compatibility, which is a beliefs assessment, and say, what do we believe? So, for example, I mean, who is greater, who is superior between a man and a woman? You want to check that out. The moment the man says the man is superior, the woman says we are equal, that's already unequal yoke, right? Or who should cook? These are mundane things that we still talk about in Africa that is very as mundane as they are, they've destroyed a lot of marriages, right? So it's important that you create a governance system. What do you have in the governance system? In the governance system of a family, that is where you have your family vision. Everyone listening to me today, husband and wife, to pick different sheets of paper and try to write down their family vision. You will be shocked that they're going to write different things, not because they don't mean well, but simply because they have not sat down to talk about it and articulate it. Now, the moment they can't write the same thing word for word, it means they are headed in different direction, because your vision is a mental picture of a preferred future. Your vision is the destination you are headed. So if husband and wife don't have a uniform vision, then what you will find is wife is going to Ibadan, husband is going to Sokoto, yet they are together. There's going to be a lot of friction. There's going to be a lot of hidden agenda. There's going to be a lot of infighting. And once trust is broken, the relationship is broken. And the real estate you have bought is under serious siege and serious threat. Now, so you want to create your family vision. Interestingly, I am in class all through the month of December working with couples to create this. So you can get into that class, from next week, Sunday thereabout. 6 sessions all through to the end of the year. Now, create your family values. Now, if we test run your family values against your vision, it must pass the test of congruence, because your values must help you achieve your vision. Then there's what we call the DNA code of your family. You now need to turn your values into DNA creed that governs the behavior of everyone that is part of your family. The next thing you create is a family constitution. Now, in the family constitution, you describe everything, talk about everything that you're going to be doing that will help you achieve your vision. Now, it helps you prevent a situation where the family system is dependent on somebody's emotion, because systems are not emotional. The moment the system is emotional, it will affect the final output. So we say to people, you need to sit with your wife and create this. Then we create what we call the user's manual. The user's manual is a document that states who you are, that states who your wife is, that states exactly your qualities, that states your feelings. From that anger, these are documents that you need to put in place. The challenge is an average African family does not understand systems intelligence. That's why Africa is heavy on big men, low on big system, and that's why our continent is the way it is. Every developed country is built on system. Now, the moment you are done with the family governance, then you will create what we call your family ideology, because your family is actually a nation. In your family ideology, you want to put everything together and say, this is what we stand for. Then you create the legends of your family. Now, That is the first system you want to put in place. Now, without putting that system in place, everything else is at risk. Then you now move to the communication system. How do we want to talk in this family? How do we want to relate with ourselves? How do we want to communicate? What is our style of communication? What is our communication culture? You want to create that. If you guys are blunt communicator, you want to ask, does that serve and promote our best interest? If it's not promoting our best interest, do we embrace the sandwich model? Then from communication system, you want to create your educational, domestic educational system, which is the system that governs the thinking of everyone in your family. To say, this is the way we want every member of this family to think. There is a way you can get your family members, everyone to think sales. There's a way you can get all of them to think investment. There's a way you can get all of them to think orderliness. That is the system that governs that. It will determine what you read, what you allow, right? If you want to create investment, for example, every video you're bringing into family will be investment driven, will be videos on business. Everything your children is listening to, the kind of cartoon you're selecting for them will be in that category, right? A lot of people are not intentional about it. So everything is entering their space, and before you know it, their children begin to manifest some behaviors that they don't approve of. Then you create your family economic system, which is the system that the economic status of your family. To say, can the wealth in this family, can it be transgenerational? Can it sustain us if you don't have a job again? So that's the system that governs investment. Then you create what we call your family security system, which is the immigration system. That is the system that governs who can come and live with you, right? Who should not live with you. When someone begins to constitute a domestic terrorist, what do you do to them, right? A domestic terrorist is anyone who comes into your family and creates stress for you and your wife. What do you do to the terrorists? Do you accommodate them? Do you give them permanent residency, or do you deport them? These are things you need to discuss, because that's also the system that governs whether you are able to kick out a sex predator who can mess up the sanity of your child, right? Because if you understand what it takes to run a family, then you realize there's a lot of work, right? And a lot of people need to begin to pay attention to this, because if you want to create the future, then it has to be created on systems. Then you have what we call the domestic management system, which is the system that governs how you place everything you place in your family. Why do we place the dining table where we place it? Why did we place the chair? What is the science of bed laying? What is the science of orderliness? How do we create reorder level within our family? Now you need to create that system, is domestic management system. Then the health, wellness, and system, where you do prevention medicine. The father of medicine, Hippocrates, says that you make your food your medicine. He said your kitchen is either a mortuary or a pharmacy. That is the system that governs what we put in our mouth and how we eat what we eat. So it's a robust system. The moment you put that system in place, what happens is, by the time your children begin to come, that system will begin to be responsible for their training. So they take on the character that you have already put on the system. So you're not going to have children who are spendthrift. You're not going to have children who are planning how to get into drugs and sell your house. You won't have that. You will have. That's why you notice that some families in the world, they've been able to sustain wealth, while some other families, their wealth has not been able to cross to the next generation. The problem is in training and the family system that you have created. So what we need to do as Africans is to first accept that we do not know, because it's been said that who does not know and does not know that he does not know is more or less a fool. That if we agree that we don't know, then we begin to ask a question, how do we then know? So that we can create what can sustain and stand the test of time. Now, systems are not easy to build, but once you build them, you live on a cruise. That a lot of people just live life anyhow. There are people listening to me, for example, today, who don't know when the matchbox in their house will finish, who don't know when salt will finish, when pepper will finish. It's lack of system, because if you have a reorder level system, you know, and you create a cost accounting system within your family, you will know when, I mean, if you have lived in that house for 2 years, you should know how many months it takes you to consume a bag of rice, right? Then you should create a reorder level that 2 months before we finish consumption, there's a reorder level. Our supplier is already calling us to ask if we can supply. You need to place a system around everything we do. And when you do that, you would realize that you will retain wealth, you will multiply wealth, and your wealth will be transgenerational. You can build an entire estate. In fact, there are families here that if they master the system, you would realize that you can buy up like, you can own like 120 properties. You can own 1,000 properties, simply because you have put orderliness in place. And let me tell you, once you put orderliness in place, the next thing that happens is growth and development, because prosperity follows orderliness. Without peace, there can be progress. Once you create a system, you will have peace, and you can go to rest knowing fully well that you are not even thinking about divorce, because you understand what marriage is all about. You know that it's a team relationship you guys are working towards, and you understand that the purpose for getting married is higher than whatever threat that the society is bringing to you. So these are systems that people need to build to make their marriages work.
Wow, wow, wow. That was great. That was awesome. It just says it just said everything. Like building a system is just key. Is just key. I would also like to ask a question. Someone might be wondering, from your vast experience in this sector, in this industry, what would you say is the major reasons why most Nigerians or Africans are not getting it right in this sector, and it is affecting their ability to create transgenerational wealth in terms of having that real estate, achieving their real estate desire in that sense?
Never forget that we are not a disciplined people naturally. We are people parents of being rich rather than being rich. We love to appear rich when we are not rich. There's a difference between appearing rich and being wealthy, right? So when we buy a car, right, we want the whole world to know. So we do dedication. We throw a party that we bought a car. The car is not brand new, but we throw a party, and the society expects us to wash the car for them, right? So we don't care whether the car is a liability or is an asset. We believe in the concept of I must build my own house. So we say things like, if you don't have a house, you cannot be rich. But I know billionaires who don't have a personal house, but they have a lot of properties, where they are still living in a rented apartment, but they have a lot of properties, across town. So we love the appearance of, in fact, there are even people who are worse off who don't have a property, they don't have any investment, they are still on rented apartment. So take someone, for instance, who spends 10 million renting, has no form of investment at all, right? He would live in Ikoyi, he would appear rich, but he's guaranteed that he's borrowing from his future to service his present. There's a guarantee that it's going to be broke in the future. So consistently, we are not a disciplined people. And because we are not disciplined, we are not long-term planners. We want it now. And that's why it's a lottery mentality. Even our prayer says it. God of suddenly, God of instanta, God of last minute. We don't have a God of process in our agenda, in our prayers. So if you ask people to come and plan for the next 10 years, they will not show up. But if you say, I have a system right now that can make you, rich immediately, they jump into it. That's why we are the highest victim of Mogbe Moku Modaro, MMM kind of syndrome. That's who we are. Right? We just love it now so that we hear things like, I want to blow. Those are the kind of things we talk about. So we don't like the discipline of wealth creation to say, can I put 20% of my income together for the next 20 years? Can I be diligent to ensure that everything that comes into my mind and, that's a windfall, I put it away, right? I'll give an example. I have a lady who works in my office, right? Sometimes we do a deal and they have bonuses. So, and some other times, maybe I do something for them, with them, and I just want them to earn a part of what I've earned. So I can give them like 10K, right? And something happens. Every time I give them that kind of money, the next minute, I may have a need of 1K or 2,000, or maybe I want to eat. So I said to her, oh, can you just loan me 1,000 there? And she will say to me, I don't have. So one day I have to ask her, what do you do with the money I give you or the money you earn? And she said to me, sir, every excess money that comes into my account, I mop it into investment immediately.
Wow.
I simply learned it from her father. And that's why she's one person who has some properties in my organization, while the other people who earn the same amount don't seem to have, right? So it's about discipline. And that discipline, while somebody will say, I don't earn enough, it's not true. There is much treasure in the till of a wise man. It's only the fool that spends it all. So a lot of people don't have the discipline. And you don't know that from whatever you earn, you can always save something. I made that mistake when I started out. I just thought, I didn't know that money has wings, it can fly away. So when I'm those days, I'll go and train bands, I will earn like 300K per day. What will I spend it on? That's when I'll remember that, oh, there's a new cable in town. I'll go and buy the cable. You know, I just thought that's the way the money will continue until I learned financial intelligence, right? And that's why many people in Nigeria think that rich people are stingy. They are not stingy. They're just financially intelligent, and they're not going to allow your financial literacy to disrupt their own financial intelligence. So it's important for people to understand and master this. And so when our people admit that we are not a people who love long-term planning, because Nigeria does not prepare you for long-term planning. See everything we talk about. By December 34th, we're going to talk about is year 2021. It's a year of dominion. It's a year of blah, blah, blah. We don't talk about a decade of dominion. We don't talk about a decade of taking over. We talk about a year. So we plan for 12 months only. And if you go online today and Google what will happen in the world in the year 2070, you will find information there. Dubai says that by the year 2117, they will build an estate in Mars, and they immediately appointed a minister for mass invasion, who was maybe an 18-year-old, chap or something like that, right? So that is planning. That is future planning. But we don't have that, because all we that month, 12 months, next year, God of suddenly, blah, 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 blah. So we need to
okay,
admit.
Mr. Prince,
let me finish. We first need to admit that we don't have what it takes, which is the first level. Then what do we need to do? We now need to build that discipline and resiliency in us to now begin to say, can we form a group? And within this group, can we learn that discipline of being a long-term planner? I saw your advert, and you guys are saying people can save for the next 5 years, 20,000 every month. You will be shocked.
Yes.
Some people cannot do that. It's like killing them. They are looking for a win, for a miracle. They are not looking for process, right? But the process is what creates the miracle, because the moment you abide by the process, you increase your chances of contacting the miracle. So we need to form that group and build that discipline to create a world that we talk about.
Thank you, Mr. Praise. That was awesome. I'd just like to tell you that we have to go on a short commercial break now, and then we'll continue this powerful session.
No
Thanks
problem.
a lot.
You're welcome.
Do you know you can earn up to 6 figures by leveraging your networks? And you don't have to quit your job to make it this big. We have set up a system to make lives richer, irrespective of who you are and what your current status is. All you need to do is get on board and start earning right away. As a partner, you are ushered into a world of new possibilities. By becoming a LifePage partner, you can earn up to 25% on commissions alone when you sell any of our products. You also get amazing prices when you make the highest sales in a month. It's that simple. To register, visit tribe.lifepagegroup.com. You can also reach us on 090-6000-5737 or 090-6000-5747.
Be what you want to be. Achieving your dreams has never been easier, faster, and smarter. Select any of our Million Homes investment plans and earn amazing returns.
Million Homes Flex. Invest a minimum of 10,000 Naira monthly for a duration of 1 to 5 years and earn up to 20% compounded return on investment.
Million Homes Hedge. Invest a minimum of 100,000 Naira for 1 and 2 years and earn 21% and 47% returns on investment respectively.
Million Homes Premium. Invest a minimum of 10 million Naira for 3 years and earn 75% returns on investment in cash.
Million Homes Premium Plus. Here, you invest a minimum of 50 million Naira and earn 60% returns in cash and 40% in assets, that is, apartment. Wow!
Growing your cash has never been so simple.
To subscribe, log on to millionhomesafrica.com. Create an account, choose your preferred investment option, select your number of slots, and make payment. Please do well to follow us via Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram at Million Homes AFR. Our phone line remains 090 6000 5737 or 090 6000 5747. Our email millionhomes@lifepagegroup.com. Million Homes. Live here.
Or make it fund your living.
Hello, welcome back to the Million Dollar Conversation. It's good to have you back. The conversation is getting better, and I believe someone has gained something substantial from this conversation so far. I would like to introduce Mr. Prince. He's going to be joining us also. You're welcome, Mr. Prince.
Nice to be here. It's been an awesome session so far. For everyone out there, I trust that it has been an exciting time. We just had a few videos that just played right now, and I just wanted to quickly advise as many that are on this call right now to take advantage of those opportunities. So 2 things were mentioned that I do not want you to miss. The first one is, if you would like to be a partner with us, visit tribe.lifepagegroup.com. We have partners all over Nigeria, all over Africa, in the US, in the UK, in the United Arab Emirates. Irrespective of your location, you can always partner with us. All you have to do is visit tribe.lifepagegroup.com and you'd be registered as one of our partners. The second thing that I would like you to do, that I do not want you to miss, is the Independence Bounty offer by Million Homes. It is ending in just 2 days. So one of the things we are doing, which we started on the 1st of October, was the Independence Bounty offer. And what this is all about is that when you invest a minimum of 100,000 naira in any of our products, you get the chance to win any of these 4 amazing prizes that you can see on your screen right now. Home furnishings, a car, an all-expense paid trip to Dubai, and a 2-bedroom apartment for anybody. It could be anyone. And in just 2 days, we'll be closing that offer, and I do not want you to miss it. I do not want you to miss it. All you have to do to join in is to visit millionhomesafrica.com, and you could be the lucky winner of the car, or the 2-bedroom apartment, or the home furnishings, or an all-expense paid trip to Dubai. The car is right here in Nigeria. We are not looking for the car. We are not searching for the car. The car is here already. So I don't want you to miss this offer. Visit invest.millionhomesafrica.com and subscribe. You have 48 hours to do that, and you stand the chance to win any of these amazing prizes. Layo, can I have you back, and so we can have Mr. Praise as he continues the awesome session that we have been having. Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Prince. And I want to tell you that if you are yet to subscribe to the Million Homes Bounty offer, you are not doing yourself any good. And yes, it's time to take our question and answers. So if you have any question, please, I'd like you to drop it in the chat box. If you have any question, you are free to drop it in the chat box. Mr. Praise will be ready to answer your questions. I'd just like to ask you a question, Mr. Praise, before we start taking questions. For the fact that people tend to believe that this thing is not people, to start with, people don't even place FRC on this aspect, but from what you've explained, building systems, building everything, what's one thing that I say, okay, somebody is thinking that, how do I even start? what's the first step if I'm not getting it right, or I'm already starting my family? What step do I need to start taking now? Because we've talked about systems, and someone is saying, "Come, how do I even start? How do I even start?"
Okay,
That's the question.
how to start? Come to class with me from next week. I mean, I'm gonna be in class all through December. 6 sessions with couples. If you're married, I mean, it will totally transform you. Trust me, it will. We can talk up to now, but knowledge is the first thing. Like we say, even in investment, the first thing is not to go and invest your money. The first thing is knowledge. That if you don't invest in knowledge, that lack of investment will, I mean, that lack of knowledge will become the school fees you pay. And you see the number of losses you would have made. Naturally, we don't prioritize knowledge. And that's why there can't be, there can be real estate property without intellectual property. Now, intellectual property is also a property. That is the foundation for whatever property you want to build. You need knowledge to build a home or to build a house. So knowledge is the first thing. And I love the Bible that says, buy the truth, don't sell it. A lot of us need to first admit that we do not know. And when you do not know, you don't continue to run in a direction that you are not sure. Only the right route leads to the right destination. The wrong route that does not, no matter the speed with which you run on the wrong route, it will still not lead you to the right destination. So admitting that you don't know, that you need help, is first of all the key. Then what you can now do is to source for knowledge. We have all kinds of courses that can help you on where to start from. So for example, the process of creating your family governance is about 5-hour process. You need to get into that process, and you and your wife channel the course. A lot of families don't become great simply because they failed that fundamental test of a test of vision. And don't just go and create just whatever. There's a way to test vision. There's a 5-step process to create it. There's a way to test your values. There's a 6-step process to ensure that you do the right thing. And you now need to embrace it and become the right ambassador of what you have created. Now, but the other part is you need to change. The old you cannot power the new future you're trying to create. So we need to check, do a complete x-ray or diagnosis of you using the, for us to understand where exactly are the gaps, what are the pains in your life that can sabotage what you want to create. Because many of us are victims of our past or the system that raised us. What habit has been inculcated into you from the families that raised you that cannot deliver the future? Many of us learn spending, anyhow, spend straight from our parents because they spend it all. We learned how to be broke by observing them, right? And if you don't have anybody who is affluent in your life, you would realize that you repeat the mistake of your parents. Many people are exactly where their parents used to be. So you can start from wherever you are. I mean, the day you wake up is your morning. So now is the right time. Embrace knowledge, invest in knowledge, then admit that you need to change. Once we start from there, you can be sure in another 5 years, you will look back and you'll be grateful for who you have become. Are you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here. Thank you so much. Now that someone has an idea, firstly, I want to ask that, is it possible to have a perfect family? And after that, when we start setting goals, we start having family goals in terms of building transgenerational wealth for ourselves. How do we go about that? In terms of, firstly, is it possible to have a perfect family? Secondly, is it possible? How can we start setting our financial goals for ourselves in terms of acquiring real estate?
Okay. Well, is it possible to have a perfect family? Marriage is made up of two imperfect people seeking to create a perfect world. You will not have a perfect situation. However, love can bring, right? So you can have what looks like near perfection. Perfectionism is attained when the two of you have mastery of exactly where you're going, and both of you are committed to making it work. I think that's good enough. Once you have a uniform vision, once you put the right systems in place, I believe that with that you can get where you want to get to. You see, it's not about being everything being 100%. It's about getting to where we want to get to. right? And that's what I would say. Because I say to people, you see, I do not expect imperfect people to give me a perfect behavior. I do not expect perfect behavior from imperfect people. I don't expect that, right? But when the two of them have a uniform goal and they're working towards their goal, that's good enough. Now, talking about how do we begin to invest is very simple. The first thing you need to do is to do an audit of where you are. I did that audit many years ago to say what a net worth, what is the current position of things. There's a way to run that test to show if you don't. The easiest way I ask that question is, if you don't have to work for the next 3 months, can you sustain the present quality of life you have right now based on what your return on investment is bringing? If your answer is no, then you need to do something differently today. Then you can now ask yourself, do you need to reduce the quality of your life? Because a lot of people are living a life they are not qualified for. So, for example, what you are earning is little, but you have gone to buy an SUV, a 6-cylinder engine, that is a fuel guzzler. So you're driving an M class when your income is about maybe 100,000, right? How much can you save if you change that M class to a Toyota Corolla or something, or a Toyota Camry or something, or any of those cars that doesn't really go to fuel, right? You are earning 100,000. You are living in Ikoyi. How are you doing it, right? Because when I ask people in some of my seminars, how many people spend more than they earn, all hands go up. And I ask them, where do you get the difference from? They say, I don't know how God is doing it. No, that's an irresponsible statement. It means you are collecting a loan from your future to drive your present. You are going to be broke in the future. So you need to cut your coat according to your cloth and understand that you're not impressing anybody. Then you now set your goal based on what you're earning right now, because the next rule will not be increase what you are earning. You need to increase what you are earning. Now, if you increase what you are earning, don't follow Parkinson's law and increase the quality of your life, to the new earnings you are earning. No, retain your present lifestyle, increase your earning, put the extra away. Now, if you are listening to me and the two of you are not working, right? You need to understand that what a couple brings in is their internally generated revenue, and it moves in the direction of their family economy. So, for example, if husband is earning #1 million and the wife is earning nothing, right? And their living expenses about 900,000, the total amount you have that can create the future you have is 100,000 monthly. Now, I don't know how long that will take you, but imagine that wife is earning 500,000, right? And living expenses is 900,000. It means that their internally generated revenue is 1.5 million. It means they have about 600,000 to put in the direction of their future. So I always say to people, this concept of my husband has money, I'm staying at home, I don't agree with it. Everyone must earn. In fact, what you are earning is a function of the value you are adding to the society. If you are earning nothing, it means there's no value being added, except by mutual agreement, where the two of you have agreed that, okay, maybe someone should not work, but I still don't, because even no matter how rich you are, you still need extra money. So if you can get everyone work, because I see a situation where a man has lost his job, he's been at home for 7 years, the wife is the one funding him. No, find anything legal. In fact, one of the skills everybody must pick up is a skill called sales skill. Everybody must be able to sell. Many people can't sell because they hate being rejected. But you need sales to overcome rejection. If you can sell, you can survive in any continent of the world. That is the only skill that you can take across borders, and it will serve you. So everybody must bring in something. The moment everybody begins to bring in something, then you put a percentage aside from what you're earning, put it in your escrow account. Your escrow account is the account that is called future account. Every money that enters that account cannot come out. If it's coming out, it must go in the direction of investment. And please, before you begin to invest, get an investment coach. I will recommend Clement Oladipo for his, and the most trusted in the industry, right? You want to talk to Clement and let him help you check your portfolio, profile you right now, because your personality also can affect the way you invest, and it can now give you direction on what you need to put money on. Because a lot of people have money, but they've lost their money into many of those Ponzi schemes that just tell you, if you drop 1,000 now, you will earn 20,000. 20 people have earned it. Let me tell you, if it's too good to be true, then most likely it will get you in tears later, right? If it's too good to be true, then it's too good to be real. So don't fall for that. Getting an investment coach or a financial coach will save you. I have one. It would save you a whole lot of terrible mistakes that would have become a school fees that school fees that you don't have to pay, right? Because what it would take to hire an investment coach is cheaper compared to what you may lose. If people have lost their entire investment simply because they failed this particular test. So please, you and your wife need to come together and sit down and ask yourself, where do you want to be? What quality of life do we want? If you don't have to spend unnecessarily during this Christmas, please do that. Cut your coat according to your cloth and let where you are going dictate your behavior. Don't try to impress families. Don't try to impress your Ashwebi people. No, I don't take Ashwebi, for example. I don't take it, and I've been able to save a lot of money from that. I don't use DSTV anymore. I don't do that, right? I've cut down on a whole lot, and I'm able to save some more. So please, guys, this future we're talking about is not far. If you embrace the discipline of the next 15, 20 years, by the time you're 60, you will look back and you'll be grateful that you did. So please, pick your wife together and ask yourself, on heaven and earth, what are you worth right now? If what you are worth is zero, please, it's a good place to start. Get an investment coach immediately and build your life from there. Thank you.
I strongly believe that telling each other the truth about your current financial status and knowing that, okay, this is the right step I need to take now. And I believe that this is what Million Homes is doing right now, an avenue for you to invest your funds, and then you can have a good and a robust family life. There's a question here. Okay, this is a thought. I would like to introduce Mr. Prince to take up a couple of questions, and then we'll wrap up from there. It has been an awesome event so far.
Thank you, Lyle.
Okay. Hi, Mr. Prince.
Yeah, good evening. I actually have a question for Mr. Praise. Actually, I would love him to be back up.
Okay.
Guys. Mr. Praise, good evening.
Good evening, Prince. How are you?
Great. Amazing session.
Thank you.
So far. There was something I said I was going to ask because it happened to me as a child, and I don't know if other people might be in a similar situation. But I think it would be nice if you speak to it. My family used to live in a particular side of town that wasn't too nice then. And when I was in school then, I realized my result was quite poor. So, but after a certain time, we moved to another side of town, a more conducive environment, well-painted apartments and all that. And it's not like I changed any particular thing, but I realized that I started thinking differently. I became better in class. I knew, it was like something just changed about me. So I said I was going to find out, is there any connection between maybe colors, environment, and how we take decisions, or the quality of our decisions?
Yeah, there is. There is a correlation. There's a connection between that. Because you become what you behold consistently. So if you behold mediocrity, you will output mediocrity. And I'll give you an example. Many years ago, I still share this today. On campus, they came to preach to me, so I got born again. And the very year 1997, I stood up and I began to preach that ladies who wore weave on were going to hellfire. Ladies who wore trousers were going to hellfire. Right? Where did I get that from? Not even from the Bible. It was a function of the people that taught me about Christianity, about being born again. And who were they? They were predominantly from Ekiti and Akure. People who never saw a high rise, who never saw skyscraper, who never saw women, who owned conglomerates, So they were the ones who taught me. So they taught me from their limited worldview. The moment I stepped into Lagos, everything changed. That the moment they saw me next, they began to say that I have lost my faith. So you become what you behold consistently. Very key. So where you, I always tell people in those days, those days I used to work with young people in Ajegule. and I'll tell them to go to Sheraton, you know, and many of them will struggle to go to Sheraton. You know, in fact, some of them I'll send them to Marina to go to a 40-story, a 20-story building and get into the elevator. Now, and that will stretch them. And it's been said that a mind that is stretched does not return to its original state. If your mind is shallow, it will determine your aspiration. It will determine what you aspire, the kind of money that comes into you, because wealth is motion sensitive, right? It moves in the direction of the person who is calling it. So it's important that you gain exposure, even if you are living in a place that is not too decent right now. I lived in Ajegunle before, and every time I lived in Ajegunle, one thing I did consistently was I visualized where I wanted to be. I ensured that my operation was not in Ajegunle. Something took me out of Ajegunle almost every day to Ikeja, right? And that's, but every time I returned, I just became uncomfortable, because whatever you can tolerate, you will not change. The moment you become uncomfortable with where you are going to change it. So yes, there is a direct correlation between your environment. In fact, you know, in real estate, we say location, location, location. It's the same thing with life: environment, environment, environment. If you go to Iworoko Ekiti, even God cannot use it beyond your exposure. You need to understand that. And that's why we need you to open up your mind. There must be no place that you can't enter. If they say this is where rich people go, that's where you want to go, because it's called energy and vibration. If you stay around very wealthy people, you will begin to vibrate at their level. If you wealthy man and you stay among poor people, they are going to drain your energy, because one rich man in the midst of 6 poor people is a 7th poor man in disguise. They're going to drain you, right? But if you're poor and you're among 6 rich people, you are the next 7th rich person in waiting, right? And that's how it works. It's energy and vibration and frequency. So once you latch onto the right frequency, the vibration will take you to the level they have. So you're very correct. There's a correlation between where you go, where you spend most of your time, and what happens to you.
Wow, fantastic. Fantastic. Thank you so much for that. Viewers, there's something Mr. Praise said that I would like to emphasize on, so we don't miss that opportunity. He recommended Mr. Oladipupo Clement, who happens to be the convener of the $1 million conversation that we're having right now. And it's safe to mention that he's also having what we call the Financial Freedom Masterclass, January 2nd, 2021, January 2nd. You don't want to miss it, because it helps you set the tone for 2021. You might not have made plans now, which I advise you to start doing. But one thing you want to do in order to come out better, in order to stand out in 2021, is to attend the Financial Freedom Masterclass. All you have to do is reach out to the numbers that are scrolling on your screen right now, and you get all the details. It's always an amazing session. Once again, thank you, Mr. Praise. It's been extremely enlightening. There are systems you've mentioned, and I'm wondering, these systems exist, you know. And sometimes I think, how many systems do we want to initiate? You know, but I believe it's a long-term process. And like you've mentioned already, Nigeria is not really a long-term, doesn't really teach you to be long-term in your plans, but we need to be deliberate in doing that in order to succeed. On behalf of Mr. Oladipupo Clement, I want to thank you so much for being with us this evening. Guys, if you are watching right now and you know you've been extremely impacted, I want you to go to the comment section right now and begin to drop your thank you, Mr. Praise. Just drop it in the comment section right now. Thank you, Mr. Praise. Thank you, Mr. I want to see it hot in the comment section. Thank you so much, Mr. Praise. It was great having you.
Thank
here.
you,
We look forward to another time. Thank you so much.
God bless you. Have a fantastic day.
Yeah, thank you so much. Have a great evening. All right, guys. Amazing session. I don't know if you enjoyed yourself, but I did. Amazing session. We still have some videos coming up right now that we quickly want you to check out before we wrap up for the evening. So we'll go for a short commercial break right now.
Do you know you can earn up to 6 figures by leveraging your networks? And you don't have to quit your job to make it this big. We have set up a system to make lives richer irrespective of who you are and what your current status is. All you need to do is get on board and start earning right away. As a partner, you are ushered into a world of new possibilities. By becoming a LifePage partner, you can earn up to 25% on commissions alone when you sell any of our products. You also get amazing prices when you make the highest sales in a month. It's that simple. To register, visit tribe.lifepagegroup.com. You can also reach us on 090-6000-5737 or 090-6000-5747.
Be what you want to be. Achieving your dreams has never been easier, faster, and smarter. Select any of our Million Homes investment plans and earn amazing returns.
Million Homes Flex. Invest a minimum of 10,000 Naira monthly for a duration of 1 to 5 years and earn up to 20% compounded return on investment.
Million Homes Hedge. Invest a minimum of 100,000 Naira for 1 and 2 years and earn 21% and 47% returns on investment respectively.
Million Homes Premium. Invest a minimum of 10 million Naira for 3 years and earn 75% returns on investment in cash.
Million Homes Premium Plus. Here, you invest a minimum of 50 million Naira and earn 60% returns in cash and 40% in assets. That is, apartment. Wow!
Growing your cash has never been so simple.
To subscribe, log on to millionhomesafrica.com. Create an account, choose your preferred investment option, select your number of slots and make payment. Please do well to follow us via Facebook, Twitter or Instagram at Million Homes AFR. Our phone line remains 090-6000-5737 or 090-6000-5747. Our email millionhomes@lifepagegroup.com. Million Homes. Live here.
Or make it fund your living.
Hi, thank you so much for joining us. I'm Mr. Praise Howe has said it all. It was such an amazing conversation, and I'm sure you have gained a lot. You have gained a lot because this is just like a master class in itself where you have to pay premium price to gain such knowledge, and it came on a platter of gold. And this could have only happened on the $1 million conversation. And just like the advert you just saw, and Mr. Praise has also said earlier that as a family, you should start engaging in ways you can increase your cash. And one of the ways is subscribing to the Million Homes Bounty conversation offer, which is just 2 days left. It's only 2 days left before the end of the Million Homes Bounty offer. And aside from your return on investment, you also stand a chance of winning amazing prizes, mouth-watering prizes, which you can't get anywhere essentially, because it's offers like a trip to Dubai, home furnishing, a car, and other amazing prizes that you stand to win with just a minimum of 100,000 Naira investments, and you stand a chance to win all of these prizes. And 2 days only, 2 days left. And as well, just like Mr. Praise said, he has a financial coach as well. And that is why you need to join the Financial Masterclass by Oladipo Clement, who is a seasoned, global wealth creation and retention coach. He's holding a class January 2nd. You can go to oladipoclement.org to get more information. And that is just how to win. That is just how to win as a family. You have, fine, you might not be perfect, but you have greater leverage. And this is the last edition of the $1 Million Conversation. And we are glad, we appreciate everyone that joined. You are the best. Thank you, and God bless you.
Do Do you know you can earn up to 6 figures by leveraging your networks? And you don't have to quit your job to make it this big. We have set up a system to make lives richer irrespective of who you are and what your current status is. All you need to do is get on board and start earning right away. As a partner, you are ushered into a world of new possibilities. By becoming a LifePage partner, you can earn up to 25% on commissions alone when you sell any of our products. You also get amazing prizes when you make the highest sales in a month. It's that simple. To register, visit tribe.lifepagegroup.com. You can also reach us on 090-6000-5737 or 090-6000-5747.
Be what you want to be. Achieving your dreams has never been easier, faster, and smarter. Select any of our Million Homes investment plans and earn amazing returns.
Million Homes Flex. Invest a minimum of 10,000 Naira monthly for a duration of 1 to 5 years and earn up to 20% compounded return on investment.
Million Homes Hedge. Invest a minimum of 100,000 Naira for 1 and 2 years and earn 21% and 47% returns on investment respectively.
Million Homes Premium. Invest a minimum of 10 million Naira for 3 years and earn 75% returns on investment in cash.
Million Homes Premium Plus. Here, you invest a minimum of 50 million Naira and earn 60% returns in cash and 40% in assets, that is, apartment. Wow!
Growing your cash has never been so simple.
To subscribe, log on to millionhomesafrica.com, create an account, choose your preferred investment option, select your number of slots and make payment. Please do well to follow us via Facebook, Twitter or Instagram at Million Homes AFR. Our phone line remains 090-6000-5737 or 090-6000-5747. Our email millionhomes@lifepagegroup.com. Million Homes. Live here
Or make it fund your living.